Hi everybody, welcome to Richard in the Kitchen tonight. Tonight I'm going to be making up some salmon pasta. It's great. If you've never had this, give this a try. I promise you it's easy, it's tasty. So let's get started. First thing I want to do is season my salmon. And let me show you a little trick. I use plastic whenever I'm cutting like meat or something like that. How many times do you season your meat or salmon, whatever? And when you season one side, when you flip it over, it seems to come off. So what I do is I butter a pan or the cutting board or whatever, and I just set that down there and just coat that. Then I season the board with salt, pepper, and in this dish I'm going to use some brown sugar because it really goes a long way towards caramelizing that great crust that we always like. So what I do is I do that, and then I set my meat or my salmon in this case down on that, and it's going to stay when I flip it over. So I season a little salt on this side, pepper this side, and with that butter adhering to that salmon, it's going to help those seasonings stay on there when we flip over the fish. Alright, let's get to the garlic and I'll show you how to do that. Once your oil starts to shimmer, you'll know it's hot enough to start adding your garlic. Now I'm using extra light olive oil because I've got this on medium-high heat. It has a higher smoke point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my garlic. I'm only going to do this for about 30-45 seconds, or until my garlic becomes fragrant. Man, it smells good. I love garlic cooking. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of white wine. It'll pop on you just a little bit. No worries. When you let that simmer, come to a little boil, I'm going to add some shrimp stock. Now I make my own shrimp stock. Whenever I make shrimp, I keep the heads and the tails and I freeze them. And then I boil them whenever I need some shrimp stock. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this come to a boil, and then I'm going to add the salmon just to sear it. I'm not going to cook the salmon just yet. Okay, that's come to a boil. Let's go ahead and add our salmon and get a good sear on this. This is only going to take a couple of minutes because all I'm looking for right here is color. I'm not looking to cook the salmon because I'm going to end up poaching this once I make the sauce. So let's give that a couple of minutes to brown, and I'll show you what it looks like after that. Alright, our salmon's been seared. It's got a beautiful color to it. What I did, I changed the oil because a lot of people don't like salmon because of the fishy smell. But what I do is I go ahead and change the oil and start with fresh oil when I start making the sauce. I'm just going to chop up my parsley a little bit here and a dill. Just be careful with dill, it's very strong. I like dill, but it can really overpower if you're not careful. So we'll just mix that in with our parsley, and let's go ahead and start making our sauce, guys. Go ahead and add some more oil to my pan, and to that I'm going to add some milk. I've got this on medium-high. Now you can use heavy cream, but you know there's like 96 grams of fat in heavy cream, and I just don't want to do that. So what I'll do is I'll let this come to just a little bubble. I've got it on medium-high, and then we'll start adding our other ingredients. I've got my pasta boiling over there. It's going to take about the same time to finish this until the time the pasta is ready. Alright, our oil and our milk is in there. Let's go ahead and start adding our parsley and our dill. Man, it smells so good. Now, I'm going to use the juice of one lemon. I just use my hand. I don't use a lemon squeezer or anything like that. I just use my hand to catch the seeds. You can see the seeds are caught in my hand. I just let the sauces drip down through my fingers there. Catch all them seeds. Salmon and lemon, they just go together. Sort of like dill. Dill is real good with salmon. And we'll give this a second to come to a little bubble on medium high, and then we'll start adding our salmon. Okay, our sauce mixture has started to bubble. I'm going to go ahead, since I didn't use heavy cream, I'm going to go ahead and throw a pat of butter in there. Give that a second to melt and mix with the herbs to make a creamy sauce. Now, you can also add some Parmigiano Reggiano cheese to this to thicken it up a little bit, and I'll probably do that. I've done that before. I don't know yet. I'm just going to let this try to come together. Alright, now add your salmon to that. Reduce this to about medium-low. Cover it, and we're going to let that salmon poach a little bit. Like I said, I only wanted to sear it when I first started cooking the salmon. I didn't want to cook it all the way through because I wanted to poach it to finish it off. So we will give this roughly about 10 minutes, and about that time our pasta will be ready, and then we'll finish this dish off, guys. When our salmon is almost done, I'm going to go ahead and add some Parmigiano Reggiano cheese to this to give this really a great flavor and thick texture. Alright, we're almost done, guys. Let's cover that back up, give it about 3 more minutes, and we'll be ready to eat. Alright, our salmon is done. We're going to let that set a little bit and let it cool. I've already drained my pasta, and we're going to add our pasta to our sauce for a couple of minutes and let all those flavors kind of get to know each other. Man, tell you what, this is such a good dish. I love pasta, I love salmon. A lot of people don't like salmon because of the fishy taste, but I guarantee you, if you'll try this and change the oil after you first cook it, it's great. Alright, we're going to cover this for 1 minute. Give me a chance to cut up my salmon. We'll add the salmon to the pasta and we'll be ready to plate it up. Alright guys, I've cut up my salmon into chunks. Look at that beautiful color of that salmon. Be very careful with it because your salmon will flake, and you don't want that to do that. When we give this a stir, you just got to treat it very gingerly. Just kind of easily do it, otherwise your salmon is going to fall apart on you. So you just give that a mix with that sauce. Man, that smells so good. And just remember, when you're making pasta, salt the heck out of that water. That is really the key to great pasta. There's some controversy on when to salt the water. I salt it when it starts to boil. I find that's the best way to do that. Alright, I've turned the heat off. Let's let that sit for about 5 minutes for all these flavors to get to know each other, and we'll plate this up and we'll eat, guys. There you have it, guys. Salmon pasta salad. Going to have some French bread with that. It's going to be real tasty. Let's give this a taste test and see how we did. Oh, goodness gracious. That is so good. Very light salmon, taste, not overpowering. You can actually taste just a little bit of that dill. Oh my God, that's good. Give this a try, guys. Weeknight, takes about 20 minutes to do. It's easy, it's quick, it's tasty. Till next time, be nice to everybody. I'll see y'all. Bye-bye.